Welcome to the Nelson Mandela Bay Runified City 50-kilometer road race. What a fantastic field assembled here in Gqeberha. Great scenes, wonderful shot of the flag there. Everybody, last-minute preparations, high spirits, and the cheerleaders in place for the start of the 50 kilometers. Also a 10-kilometer event taking place, but off they go. Frenchman Guilliame Ruel, one of the hot favorites, a whole host of South African stars in this 50 kilometer, including Nkosazana Mshlokwani, who's gone out hard with the three pace setters from Ikamba. Wonderful shots here of Nelson Mandela Bay. Loveness Madziva of Hollywood Bets, the hot favorite in the women's field, has gone out lonely. And there we have X Factor, the man who led Two Oceans last year in the company of two of the border athletes. Desmond Zibi, Kelly Van Fleet, Christopher Mabageza, whole host of Eastern Province stars, as well as these young ladies, Silindeli Chili and Khaled Sang. They turn at Kings Beach, and just to put you in the picture, the first three editions of this race that produced world bests was a multi-lap circuit of 10 kilometers. Today they will be running a 10-kilometer circuit, and then they will be heading out on the Marine Drive, turning at the 33k mark and coming back to the beachfront. Right now we see the pace setters from Ikamba, Tabang Masiako, Malakaya France and Simon Sibeko leading them. There's Madziva of Hollywood Bets looking very comfortable indeed. One of the packs coming through. Everybody really running well. Here we go towards the first turnaround to get to complete the 10k circuit back at the beachfront, and the Frenchman in the pack. Here's the turnaround. This is the route of the first three editions of this Runified 50 kilometers. This year, the Nelson Mandela Bay 50 kilometer, and the mass participation for the first time. And what a field has been assembled for this particular race. And certainly need pace setters in this very, very strong wind. There we see Ruel from France, as well as the athlete from KZN, Nkosazana, who has done so well in the Two Oceans and Comrades, but not quite fulfilled his potential yet. Looking for a podium today and going out hard. So the first 8 kilometers was passed in 24:52, which is a very good time, 3:06 per kilometer. They are really running hard. You can see the pace setters pushing. They're back at the turnaround at Kings Beach once more, and the Frenchman really pushing hard, as well as the KwaZulu-Natal athlete, to try and stay in touch with the pace setters. Back to the women's race, and Makosi Mhlongo has now joined up with Silindeli and Khaled Sang, the three of them challenging for positions on the podium. You can see how tough it is, the conditions out here, but the route is oh so nice for these athletes. A little bit of rain just to cool everybody down, the road a little bit wet, and of course temporarily cause the wind just to calm a fraction. Athletes in joyous spirit. Those are some of the social runners running the 50 kilometers, but nothing social about Loveness Madziva's race. She is looking for that 30,000 Rand first prize and really pushing the pace hard. Back to the men's race. Malakaya France, Tabang Masiako, Simon Sibeko pulling the Frenchman along at a really good pace indeed. And a picture of Athletic Gauteng North's Valencia Modiba in the women's race. Back to the men's race, and now they're going to start heading out. There's Nick Bester of the Nedbank Group offering encouragement. They're going to go past the well-known Hubert Golf Club, the links. You can see it on the right there, the fantastic ocean on the left. What beautiful scenes here in Nelson Mandela Bay. And they're going to head up past the back of the university, Nelson Mandela University, and they will head out to Mangold Pools, where the turnaround is at 33 kilometers. And you can see just how tough it is into this headwind. 1 hour, 14 minutes and 19 seconds, and they're running at about 3:18, 3:19 per kilometer, although the Frenchman is losing a little bit of pace towards the turnaround. A magnificent field assembled for the 10 kilometers. We got some of Ikamba's finest athletes. We've also got a couple of temp athletes from KZN in the field, and expecting some real fireworks here on this very fast and flat 10 kilometer. There's some of the athletes in the 50k as well. Heading back towards the finish, here's the Ikamva athletes, first and second, just under 30 minutes.
I'm really happy with my time. As part of my training run, actually, preparation for the SA 10 kilometers that will be in Johannesburg in the next coming weeks.
And there you see the flag of the Legacy Project, the vision of Michael Mbabani, the race director, and the 10K women's race was won by Blandina Makatisi. 33 minutes 40 in this strong wind. What a performance. But back to the 50 kilometers. They are really working hard out here. The wind is ever so strong, and you can see the Frenchman now tucking in as best he can. Nkosikona Mshlakwana also right up there in the 50k. Now we get to the 33k turnaround. The Frenchman has pulled away. He's opened a substantial gap to the halfway mark. Nkosikona Mshlakwana in second, then a whole host of athletes challenging for that podium slot. And we're still looking for one of the favorites. Here he comes, Pule Sibeko, Max Delete, the former South African marathon champion. Wonderful visuals once again of this most amazing picturesque course here in Nelson Mandela Bay, as we see Loveness of Hollywood Bets. She is having a lonely day out, but she's going to be rewarded as her two rivals in second and third are feeling the brunt of this headwind as they head out to the turnaround. And of course, this event had full road closure, but here we have a bus of a different sort on the course, and that is a bus being driven by an experienced athlete, pacing athletes to try and get to a certain time. Frenchman out in front. There's the bus again, and Doc Andili Bobangana amongst the front runners there. In the white arm warmers, Lebello Mopanyani of Max Delete, and there's his teammate Pule Sibeko. He's caught the Frenchman with approximately 5 or 6 kilometers to go. This is a big jewel down to the finish. And right now, these athletes all trying to qualify for Two Oceans or Comrades. The border athlete is Sio Belela Madlavana, having a good race himself. Back to the front, and the former South African marathon champion, Sibeko, really storming along now. The Frenchman trying to hold on, but certainly trying to chase the French and the European best. 2:46.14, 2:47 is on the cards for Sibeko. He's about to turn into the finish. He's joyous as he knows he's picking up a great check here.
Ke ikutlwa ke thabile haholo ka tsela e makatsang a ke kgolo actually hore one day ne ka banna ga fitlang ka pele ke lead go race mara tsohle ke lebo tsa coach ya ka Mr. Martin Ngwini. It's possible because of him.
And the Frenchman did incredibly well to hold on and break the French and European best.
The race was quite fine. I followed the pacers for the first part of the race, but the wind was against us from 17k to 33k, so I lost quite of time, and the time that I lost at this moment, I can't gain it on the back when we at the turning point, so I lose time and I lose energy, lots of energy, so it was lots of very, very difficult at K40, and I go to the finish line.
Back to the women's race, and Loveness Madziva has got a fantastic gap of 10 minutes, coming in for a comfortable victory and her first prize of 30,000 Rand.
Yes, the race, it was fine and the route was perfect. It's only the weather, it's troubling us, but I try my best to finish it. On my aim, I was targeting to run under 320, but I try.
The difference between us and everything else today was the weather. Thanks to all those athletes that made it through. And thanks to all the media platforms, in radio, in newspapers, social media. The expectations were not that big, in terms of numbers, but they went beyond that. We saw super happy, incident-free, European record broken, a lot of PBs, a lot of categories, South African age group times, and also the introduction of the 10 kilometers, which saw a huge group of runners, just over 700. I cannot be happier than what I've seen today.
What an incredible event this was. Ikamva in support there of the athletes who've done remarkably well. Stig Stichling, the president of EPA, he will be happy. The organisers will be happy. All the athletes, they are in good spirits. The Vuyo Bangazi getting some refreshments. Everybody getting their medals. Wonderful scenes here. Nelson Mandela Bay at its finest despite the wind. What a fantastic event.